Hi, what's up agents? I have been using a tip of the spear sniper build in stream now for months. Since putting it together, I have not been able to put it down. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and when I'm streaming with the build, a lot of you are asking what build I'm using, and it's super easy to put together. And we're just going to explain how the build works. So with the build, you're going to be using the sharpshooter specialization, and you want to start your stacking process off with the headhunter talent with your sharpshooter sniper rifle. You'll get that out, you'll get a kill, and you'll switch to whatever sniper you prefer then to continue on the chain killing. And you just keep on killing enemy after enemy after enemy. Doesn't matter what color bar the enemy is, it can also be a named elite, and you'll get one taps on these enemies. You'll see in this clip now I have a named elite, which I'm just going to one tap. It's super effective, it's super powerful, and the build, as I said, is very easy to put together. So this clip on screen now is part of a montage that I did. I uploaded this onto more GCROCK. It's like a 7-minute montage. If you do want to go and watch that, you can do so. I'll link it down in the video description. But right now, I'm going to get into the build and explain exactly how to make it. Just a disclaimer before we get going, there are many different variants of sniper builds that all work, same with sniper rifles. I'm not saying that this is the only way to run a sniper build, I just say that this at the minute is my favorite way of running a sniper build. I'm having a ton of fun with it, as you are seeing on stream, and I think it is very, very effective. So, of course, your sniper build is probably also brilliant as well. Please do share it down in the video comments. Give me any suggestions. I'd appreciate it. But let's get into this. So, starting with the signature weapon, it is the TAC-50 rifle that you're going to want to use. As I said in the intro, this is going to start off your chain killer process, and it's the highest damage output for that first shot. Once you've done that, you'll be switching to another sniper rifle. The sniper rifle that I choose to use as my primary is the Mantis. I really enjoy using this sniper. I've never used it before. I'm just going to give a shout out for this build to Milkman, because the build, I haven't even put this together myself. Milkman shared this build with me. He said he used the Mantis. I put it on and I fell in love with it. So with the Mantis, you get a little circle over the enemy's head when you're aiming through the scope, and that really does help with hitting those headshots. And when there's like some weather or environment effects, you can see through that fog or rain or whatever, and it's very beneficial. But also, I just really like the feel of it. I like the sound of it. I like the reload on it. I just think it's a fantastic sniper rifle. It's not the hardest hitting one though, and a lot of people always tell me you should use the Nemesis instead. The Nemesis is definitely a very viable option for this build, and it will hit harder because the Nemesis is probably the hardest hitting sniper in the game. However, I don't feel the Nemesis is needed. Although it does hit harder, I think it's more situational when you need those sort of damage numbers, and I do prefer the Mantis for the reasons already stated. Use whatever sniper you like though. The White Death will also work absolutely fine. If there's a sniper that you really like, just put it in this slot. You could run a secondary as a sniper as well, so you could switch between the two snipers. I was doing that when I play in a group. I had a White Death as a secondary, but when I'm playing solo, which I'm doing right now, I just wanted something for close quarters. When enemies get too close, I want to switch out to something that can deal with them quickly, so I just threw an ACR on. You can run whatever you want as a secondary. One thing I am looking to change with this ACR is taking, I'm not going to take strained off this one because I use it on other builds, but I'm going to farm another ACR with preservation. A lot of the time when enemies get close to me is a great time for me to try and heal up as well, because I took some damage. So an ACR with preservation will allow me to get some armor back on kill. The sidearm really doesn't matter whatsoever. Same with the grenade. Use what you want. But the build looks like this. So we got 4-piece tip of the spear. So I've got it on the mask, gloves, knees, and holster there. You can see what the gear set does. 2 pieces gives you signature weapon damage. 3 pieces weapon damage. 4 pieces aggressive recon, where dealing damage with a signature weapon increases total weapon damage by 20% for 60 seconds. You automatically generate signature ammo every 60 seconds as well. So this is where the gear set really fits into that sort of like play style of getting the first kill with this weapon. You're going to be increasing your weapon damage by 20% for 60 seconds. You'll get the first kill in the chain killer process with the headhunter talent. And that next kill that you get within 60 seconds is going to have increased damage, further buffing that headhunter proc as you keep on procking the chain killer. It's a very good strategy, and you never run out of signature weapon ammo really, because it's also regenerating all the time. So you've always got that ammo there to take that shot. It's a very good gear set for the way it's being used on this build. You want, obviously, weapon damage rolled as a core attribute. That comes as standard on every single piece. And the second, or the only attribute that you want is headshot damage. You can see you got weapon damage, headshot damage there on all 4 of the pieces. The mod slot on the mask there is also a headshot damage mod. I've not even fully optimized this build yet, as you can see. I do need to do that. I'll get even more damage out of it when I do so. The final 2 pieces are the chest and the backpack. Looking at the chest, you want the perfect headhunter chain killer. So this has, for having 1 piece of Walker and Harris, you're going to be getting 5% weapon damage. And you want weapon damage and headshot damage rolled. You definitely want them on it. I got the 3rd attribute roll there as critical hit damage. If you crit, you crit. It doesn't really matter. Weapon handling would also be a great choice here. But as long as you got weapon damage and you got headshot damage, the piece is going to be fine. Throw a headshot damage mod on. And the perfect headhunter talent. After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals an additional 150% of that killing blows damage. Damage is capped at 800% of your weapon damage. This is raised to 1250% if your headshot damage is greater than 150%, which it is. So this, again, you can see how it works by having a shot with the sharpshooter specialization first, getting all those damage buffs for your next shot, which is further going to increase that 150%. And the damage numbers go really, really high with that. The backpack is an Aroldi backpack, obviously because the marksman rifle damage for having 1 piece Aroldi. And the rolls there, again, you want weapon damage and headshot damage on it. They're the 2 main attributes that you want. The 3rd one there, I've got critical hit damage, but weapon handling would also work fine, and it's not that important. As long as you got headshot damage and weapon damage, this is going to work. The headshot damage mod is in slot there, and the talent I use is Vigilance, which increases my total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage will disable that buff, though. However, Vigilance, I'd say, is the best talent in slot for this build. And that is absolutely everything. The skills you want to use, entirely up to you, but a decoy works very well. Obviously, if the enemies are aiming at the decoy, they're not aiming at you. It means Vigilance is procced more. You're not going to be taking as much damage. You can keep your damage numbers up. And I have a Revive Hive because I do go down quite a lot. And this enables me to get up, especially when enemies rush me like shotgunners or whatnot. But use whatever skills that you want. And the stats look like this. So we got no crits on the build, really. 15% crit hit chance and 69% critical hit damage. That's why I said the crit hit damage rolls don't really matter, because it's not that high anyway. But the headshot damage is up there at 268.7%. It's such a good build. I can't tell you how much I enjoy using this. I have also tested it against other sniper builds as well. One recently was the hotshot build, but I seem to just get that little bit extra damage out of this build, and so I stuck with it. I just can't come away from it. And in terms of the content you can use this build for, well, currently I kind of use it through my solo play when I'm grinding levels or I'm doing man-hunts and things like that, but I guess you can use this build anywhere, really. Even Legendary, Milk says he uses it on, and he has fun with it on Legendary content as well, although probably not the most efficient build for that sort of content. You can certainly take it in there and give it a go. But that is now the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed this build video today. Don't forget to hit like and share to support the video. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe for more content from me. And if you want to see this full montage, as I said at the start, it's linked down below in the video description. So go and check that out if you want to watch that. Also down there is a link to our great community, so come and check that out as well. Until next time, thank you for watching, stay safe, and peace out.